All right, we are joined, Emory Hunt, footballgameplan.com, CBS Sports. You are the most popular man in this room. Every time I see you walk by, you get stopped by like 3 or 4 people. You must know a thing or two about football.
It's the cologne, man. It's one new fragrance, and people just stop by and want to get a sniff.
That's what it is, and it's that smooth accent, too. That little southern accent that you got is beautiful. We're at this time of the year. Every Bills fan wants to know about wide receivers. Earlier, it's always game day in Buffalo. We talked to you. You had a lot of different names. What is your take just on the entire class in general?
It's a great class for wide receivers. And when I'm talking about great class, we're talking about deep down the line, because I feel like everyone mentions the same 3 to 4 guys, maybe 5 if you stretch, but if you expand and zoom out to about 10 to 12, you realize the elite talent is still there, even in the later part of the first round. In the second round, I always joke to people that the draft is bigger than 32 picks.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talent out there, a lot of opportunity to get better as a football team. But this year, the receiving core, the receiver position is huge, deep, and talented.
Let me ask you about a couple guys in particular that I think Bills fans will look at mock drafts and say, ooh, that guy sounds fun. Troy Franklin. We talked about him earlier. That is a name a lot of people want to know about.
Tall and fast, man. Think about the Miami Dolphins in terms of speed. Now add that speed in a longer, more athletic body. That's Troy Franklin. And I feel like he still can add room to his frame. Most guys you see that are lean, they're kind of max at that weight, but I feel like he can get about 5 to 7 pounds of bulk without losing that speed and explosiveness. So now you have someone that could be a vertical stretch player, can play above the rim, he can play the short game, which you can catch and run for a touchdown. So he can do all of those things rather well. So to me, he is someone that not a lot of people are talking about enough in this draft class.
How about Keon Coleman? He's another guy I think a lot of Bills fans are getting familiar with.
He has what we call that dog in him, where it's his ball and nobody else. He plays bully ball out there, and you go back and watch the LSU game and other opponents, how he bullied these defensive backs at the point of attack, off the line of scrimmage, when the ball is in the air. You can't bump him off the route. He's going to be physical to fight through that contact, and he's going to go up and get the football. So he's going to be a quarterback's best friend because he has such a wide catch radius and the arrogant hands that we like to say, where if that ball is in the air, it's in my zip code, I'm going to get it.
So a lot of Bills fans now know about UCF football because of Gabe Davis, and all of a sudden I just keep hearing Baker, Baker, Baker. What does this guy bring to the table? Is he somebody who could go that high in the first round?
Dog. Listen, we were all at the Senior Bowl and we were watching this kid. You know, everyone's talking about other receivers, but every rep he had in one-on-one. Now, granted, I know one-on-ones are heavily slanted toward the offense, right? It's impossible with no pass rush, no safety help. Receivers run these mad bohemian routes. They're going all over the place, right? I get it. But watching him work one-on-one with the release, getting off bump press, and then stacking, which means he stands in front of the defensive back and extends that separation consistently. And then going up top and getting the football, that's always a plus. Can you go and win at the highest point? How you're coached to do so. He does it consistently, and he's also fast. But here's a tidbit. He was at UCF, but he went to Alabama. So if that helps calm some of the people, like, oh, he's part of Bama, great. That helps it out because he has the explosiveness, he has the speed, he has the talent to make it happen.
Who are the other guys that maybe aren't getting talked about enough that could slip into the first round, especially late in the first round where the Bills are slotted right now?
Jermaine Burton, another former, he's at Alabama, but he was a former Georgia receiver. He's another guy, when you're watching him play on film, he's always open. It's up to the quarterback to get him the football. Now, we know their offensive line had issues, so they couldn't always consistently see him downfield, but he can win short, intermediate, deep down the field. He's a catch and run guy. He's built like a running back, but has that breakaway speed to really get deep down the field. So when you talk about explosiveness, we're going to see how many guys actually run out here in Indy. It's going to be evident that this is an explosive class. Guys that's going down the field. Adonai Mitchell of Texas compared him to C.D. Lamb, to where, you know, he looks like he should be an outside receiver, but if you kick him down inside, with his ability to catch and run and looks to score the ball, that's someone that you really want as a wide receiver for your team.
Give me one more name that we have not talked about that you think Bills fans should be aware of.
In the first round or just in general?
In general.
In general. Can I give you 2? I give you one from the Northeast in Jalen Coker of Holy Cross. He's 6'1", 218. He's profiled as an outside receiver. Man, imagine him on the inside with how physical he is, how he beats up defensive backs. Now imagine that working across the intermediate level of the field. That's one. And I've been talking about John Giles all day long from West Florida, 6'2", 218, and can fly. Watched him down at the College Gridiron Showcase, dominate competition there. Get a late call up to the Hula Bowl. He went there in Orlando and did a great job there on short notice. had an outstanding week, including the game. So John Giles of West Florida, the Argonauts out there in Pensacola, Florida, had to give him a shout out.
Okay, so what you're going to do if you're watching this video is you're going to tell your buddies in the group chat, John Giles is going to be a steal of the draft. You're going to sound super smart. Tell everybody where else they can follow you along.
Follow me on social media at FBallGamePlan on Twitter, YouTube.com/FootballGamePlan, and also pre-order the Football Game Plan 2024 Draft Guide at FootballGamePlan.com/2024 Draft Guide. Over 1,000 individual scouting reports, the largest draft guide in existence.
I am so much smarter today than I was 2 hours ago. Emory Hunt, Matt Bove. Thanks for watching.